Political drama continues to put Maharashtra in the spotlight for days now, especially at a time when there is a coup of sorts, and it seems like Shiv Sena Part 2 is now unfolding with the NCP. 9 members of the NCP have now been sworn in as the cabinet ministers. On one hand, Ajit Pawar says the party is with him. He has the name and the symbol. On the other hand, Jayant Patil says that that is not the case. Meanwhile, there's a show of strength by both the sides. While there are several questions that are being raised at a time when both these groups have started taking action against the movement, we have someone who will possibly have some answers to the several questions that Maharashtra's potboiler has right now. I have with me Maharashtra Legislative Assembly Speaker Rahul Narvekar. Sir, thank you so much for your precious time and for speaking to CNN News 18. If you could begin by telling us how many representations do you have with you, which all factions have approached you?
Well, I believe the sequence of events started on Sunday, so it's only yesterday that I have received most of the representations. They've been received by the Secretariat of the State Assembly, and they are being perused right now, they are being scrutinized right now, and a note will be put up before me soon. There are prima facie, there are counter claims by, or perhaps there are claims, contradictory claims by two leaders of the same party. So as on date, before me, there is no representation from anyone claiming that there is a split in the party or there is a fraction in the party. Therefore, for me, as on date, the entire legislature party is one single unit. Though there are more than one claimants who claim to be the leaders of the political party, and this is an issue which I'll have to scrutinize, I'll have to verify, and then recognize one of their claims to be valid and justified, and based on that I will have to appoint the chief whip and the leader of the legislature party.
So right now you're also looking at some disqualification petitions, sir?
Well, there are some petitions which have been received by our secretariat. Well, with regards to petition, as you are aware that all the rules of CPC's Civil Procedure Code are applicable to this disqualification petition, and therefore we'll have to verify whether they comply with all the rules prescribed therein, all the procedures which have been provided in the disqualification of members on the grounds of defection rules, the constitutional provisions as prescribed under Schedule 10. So we'll have to verify all these things before we take a further decision in this matter.
So right now there are 9, there is a disqualification petition seeking disqualification of 9 MLAs in front of you. Is there anything else?
So I believe there are more petitions. I don't know the exact nature and content of each of them, but there was this one petition which was delivered to me at my residence at about 1:30 in the night on Sunday, perhaps Monday early morning.
Yes.
And
yeah,
so I'm aware about that, but I believe the Secretariat has received more applications.
So at such a time when, we are seeing, as you, very importantly pointed out, that there is no split in the party. There are already documents in place. Now, both these factions, if I may call so, because for us, in practical purposes, there are 2 factions who have been claiming. One says they have appointed one whip. The other group also says they have appointed another whip as well as the leader. So how is this going to pan out now?
See, like I've told you that the Supreme Court has explicitly provided in the order that they have passed in the Shiv Sena matter that the whip is to be appointed or recognized by the speaker in accordance with the desire of the political party. So for me, I will have to first understand who really leads the political party and who has the authority to issue directions with regards to appointment or recognition of whip. So only after I conclude that issue, I would be able to adjudicate on recognition of the whip.
So the way you are explaining the procedure to us, it looks like a lengthy procedure. Will there be any time frame to this? Because the Legislative Assembly session is also approaching.
Well, it will be my endeavorance to decide these matters at the earliest possible occasion. However, you are aware that there is a, 'a, 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 authority of the leader of the political party, the claimants. And so this will take a little bit of time, but I can assure you that there will be no unwarranted delay, and at the same time I won't be hurrying into things which will result in miscarriage of justice.
So the biggest question everyone has in mind is, now that the monsoon session of the assembly is going to begin, whose whip will finally be considered a legal one?
So, like I told you, I'll have to first determine as to who really is authorized to appoint the whip, and then I would have to recognize that desire, that name which has been recommended by the leader of the political party. And of course, the leader of the political party should have exercised his authority in accordance with the provisions of the constitution of that particular political party.
That's an important statement you make, sir. Will Election Commission as well have any role in all of this?
Well, Election Commission can perhaps act upon this if they receive an application under Order 15 of the symbols rule, and therefore they are there to decide who should use which symbol and who should use the name of the party. But insofar as the legislative process is concerned, insofar as disqualification is concerned, it is the sole prerogative of the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly.
So, one last question if I may ask you. The way things have been unfolding in Maharashtra has been nothing less than dramatic. We have seen an incident happen with the Shiv Sena, and over the last 1 year we have been seeing that it is being fought at several levels. As somebody who is not just the Speaker, which is the highest position here in the Assembly, but also as somebody who's a lawyer, do you see this as a repeat of the Shiv Sena saga?
Well, I think this is another case under Schedule 10, and therefore like they say, every adversity brings out an opportunity. I think this is an opportunity for us as legislators, as lawmakers, to further improvise Schedule 10. As we know that the Schedule 10 provisions which existed maybe a decade or two back were not as strong as what we see today. So the law as it stands today with regards to anti-defection is way stronger than what it used to be. So I think these are opportunities where we can further look into the loopholes, the lacunas, and make a stronger piece of legislation. So I look at it as an opportunity more than a crisis.
Will it matter that, whatever letter has been given to the governor with the support and signatures of the MLAs, will that be counted in front of you as well?
Well, as I told you, right now there is no request, or there is no application made before me or representation made before me whereby any party, fraction or MLA has claimed there to be a split in the legislature party or the political party. So unless that happens, I don't require any numbers to be counted. So be that as it may, all I would like to say is that the provisions in the rules are very clear. The constitutional mandate is very clear. So be rest assured, whatever decision is taken will be taken in accordance with these provisions, and it will be an unbiased decision.
Your parting response on the petition that has been filed by Sunil Prabhu in the Supreme Court today, saying that reasonable time frame as given by the Supreme Court lapses in 3 months and the Speaker has not yet taken a decision. The Speaker is right here in front of us.
Well, I have not gone through any judgment of the Supreme Court in the matter of Shiv Sena, where the court has said that you should take a decision within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months or 6 months. The court has said you should decide it in a reasonable time. Now when they say reasonable time, it means after following the due process, after following the rules, after applying all the legal provisions, constitutional provisions. And to do all this, whatever is the time that is required is the reasonable time. And therefore be rest assured, we don't want to waste any time, but nor do we want to hurry into matters which could result in miscarriage of justice. As you know, justice delayed is justice denied, and justice hurried is justice buried. So we want to ensure that justice is delivered in the right form.
So on this note, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. So this was the Speaker of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, Rahul Narvekar, speaking exclusively to CNN News 18 on all the issues that are rocking Maharashtra politics at present and will continue to have repercussions for months to come, at least till the 2024 elections, which are a key holder.